What if everything you've been told about aging is completely off the mark? We often hear the phrase, age is just a number, but what almost no one tells you is how the choices you make, especially as you get older, could be silently working against you. Your well-being, your joy, and even your personal connections might be suffering because of routines and beliefs you don't even realize are doing harm. Let's dive into something few people are willing to bring up. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but it touches each and every one of us. If you've accepted the idea that slowing down is just a natural part of aging, there are some eye-opening truths that might completely shift how you view growing older. Here's the deal. As we age, society hands us an invisible rule book. Rules about how we're supposed to behave, think, and engage with others. But the surprising truth is that following these unspoken rules might actually accelerate aging and take away the vibrant, meaningful life you've worked so hard to build. For instance, most people don't realize that avoiding closeness, neglecting physical movement, or not keeping your brain active can actually impact your health more than your diet ever could. And that's just scratching the surface. The real issues often lie in the daily routines that appear harmless but could be quietly stealing your strength, joy, and longevity. You may find yourself wondering, what exactly am I doing wrong? And how can I shift things before it's too late? That's exactly what we're going to explore. By the end of this video, you'll be introduced to 7 behaviors you need to stop right now, each one backed by scientific insights, and how shifting them could be the key to not only living longer but living more fully. Because the truth is, it's never been about how many candles are on your birthday cake. It's about how you choose to live. So, are you ready to discover what's really going on beneath the surface? Let's get started. Aging isn't just about gray hairs, fine lines, or those random creaks and aches that show up out of nowhere. It's really about the daily decisions we make. Tiny choices that either support our future or slowly chip away at it without us even noticing. And here's something that might surprise you. Many of the things we're told to accept as just part of getting older are actually not inevitable at all. Take this, for example. Most people think it's totally normal to slow down as they get older. But what if the real reason behind the slowdown wasn't age itself, but a lifetime of habits that we've unknowingly fallen into? How we take care of our bodies, maintain relationships, and shape our mindset plays a massive role in whether we stay strong or unintentionally speed up our own decline. Think about it. Research has shown that staying socially active can literally add years to your life. But as we age, many of us begin to pull back, whether because of low energy, fear of judgment, or simply thinking we're too old to keep up. The result? Isolation. And with it comes a higher risk of depression, anxiety, and even cardiovascular issues. Then there's the matter of physical activity. You might be thinking, I've worked hard my whole life, I deserve to rest. And while rest is important, avoiding movement altogether can quickly backfire. The less we move, the more our muscles weaken, our balance falters, and we lose our sense of independence. It becomes a dangerous loop, and it all starts with habits that don't seem like a big deal, until they are. Let's not ignore another area no one wants to talk about: intimacy. Did you know that maintaining an active, intimate life in your later years is linked to better mental clarity, lower stress, and improved heart health? Yet many people dismiss it, believing it's either no longer important or even inappropriate. But in doing so, they miss out on benefits that go far beyond physical connection. And that's only part of the story. How you nourish your body, how you use your time, and even your thoughts about aging all ripple through your life in ways you may not expect. For instance, carrying negative beliefs about aging doesn't just mess with your attitude. It can literally influence your cells, speeding up physical decline and making your body more vulnerable to illness. The uplifting part is this: you hold the power to shift things. The decisions you make today, no matter your age, can drastically influence how you feel tomorrow. But before you can turn things around, you have to become aware of what's been quietly getting in the way. In this video, we're going to shine a light on 7 daily habits that may seem small or harmless, but could be limiting your quality of life. Whether it's the way you move, how you relate to others, or the thoughts you hold on to, these habits are worth taking a closer look at. And once you spot them, you'll have what you need to make real, meaningful changes. You still have so much life to live, and it's not too late to reclaim it. So, let's dig into it. The first habit that needs to go is believing that you're too old to change. It's a story many of us tell ourselves. I've been this way for decades. Why change now? Or, I'm too far along to start over. But the reality is this. The human body and brain are incredibly adaptable, even into our 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. Science has consistently shown that older adults are capable of building new neural connections, strengthening their muscles, and learning complex skills. There are people well into their golden years who have taken up painting, learned to play instruments, started new careers, and even launched successful businesses. The myth that we stop growing or learning after a certain age is just that, a myth. Engaging with new challenges not only keeps life exciting, it can actually protect your mental and emotional health. So why do so many people still resist change? A lot of it boils down to fear. Fear of not doing it right. Fear of judgment. Fear of stepping out of what feels comfortable. But ask yourself, which is worse, struggling with something new, or spending the rest of your life thinking, what if? The truth is, even the smallest efforts, repeated consistently, can lead to big results. Always wanted to write. Start with a few minutes of journaling each day. Dreamed of learning an instrument? Sign up for an online class. Want to be more active? Begin with a walk around the block. Every small step adds up, and as you build confidence, you'll feel more empowered to try new things. The second habit to break is ignoring strength and balance. A lot of people assume that fragile bones and declining coordination are just part of getting older. But in most cases, it's not age doing the damage, it's inactivity. The less you challenge your muscles, the quicker they atrophy. And when strength disappears, balance quickly follows, opening the door to serious risks like falls. Falling isn't just a minor accident. It's one of the biggest threats to maintaining independence in later life. The statistics are sobering. 1 in 4 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year. These falls often result in broken bones, long hospital stays, or loss of mobility, and they chip away at confidence, which makes people move even less. It's a tough cycle to escape from. But there's a bright side. You can interrupt this pattern. Strength training, whether with light weights, resistance bands, or just your body weight, can do wonders. Studies have shown that even older adults can rebuild muscle, improve balance, and increase bone density, significantly reducing the risk of falls. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. Simple exercises like chair squats, leg lifts, or standing on one foot while brushing your teeth can make a real difference. Practices like yoga and Tai Chi are also fantastic for improving both strength and coordination. The most important part, doing something regularly. It's the habit that matters, not the intensity. And finally, let's talk about the shrinking social circle. As we grow older, it becomes easier to let friendships fade. Life happens. People move. We get busy. Before we realize it, our once busy social life becomes quiet and still. At first, it might seem peaceful, even comforting, but isolation is one of the most underestimated threats to our health. Loneliness isn't just emotionally painful, it's physically dangerous. Research has shown that chronic loneliness is linked to higher rates of depression, dementia, and even heart disease. One study even found that prolonged isolation can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's a staggering statistic. The problem is, when we're alone too often, we start to withdraw even more. It becomes harder to reach out. We start telling ourselves we're a burden or that people don't care. But the truth is, human connection is a core need at every stage of life. Staying socially active keeps the brain sharp, boosts the immune system, and provides a sense of purpose. So, whether it's joining a local club, reconnecting with an old friend, or even chatting with a neighbor, it all adds up. Don't wait for others to reach out. Be the one who takes the first step. Your future self will thank you. And this is just the beginning. There are still more habits that deserve attention. How we manage stress, how we speak to ourselves, how we see aging itself. But by starting with these shifts, you're laying the foundation for a life-weakened immune function and even a shorter lifespan. These are the risks that come with chronic social withdrawal. What makes it so insidious is that it often unfolds slowly. Maybe you start turning down invitations because you're feeling tired, or you convince yourself you're too old to form new friendships. But each time you choose solitude over connection, the pattern becomes harder to break. Eventually, the idea of socializing feels unfamiliar or even intimidating, making it all the more tempting to pull away further. But here's the encouraging news. It's never too late to rebuild your social life. You can reignite connection at any stage, and it starts by being intentional. Staying connected doesn't have to mean packing your calendar with social engagements. It simply requires consistent, meaningful effort. Start with the small things. Reconnect with a former friend. Make a call to someone you haven't spoken to in ages. Even sending a quick message saying, "Thinking of you," can revive a valued relationship. Get involved in shared experiences. Join a group, a class, or a local organization. Anything that brings people together around a common interest. It could be a book club, gardening circle, fitness group, or a community service project. These settings create organic chances to bond with others. And remember, it's absolutely possible to make new friends at any age. Chat with someone at your local coffee shop. Say hello to a neighbor. Attend events in your community and be open to conversations. Technology is another powerful tool. If meeting in person isn't always realistic, stay in touch through phone calls, video chats, or even a quick text. Online communities and social platforms can also be a valuable way to stay socially engaged. Most importantly, remind yourself of this. Maintaining a vibrant social life isn't just about enjoyment. It's a key to your health. Relationships enrich your existence and can even prolong it. So take the initiative to keep the connections you have and remain open to creating new ones. Your mental, emotional, and physical health will be stronger for it. Now let's talk about something equally vital. Your mindset. The way you think quite literally shapes your reality. If your inner narrative paints aging as a slow, inevitable decline, your life will start to reflect that belief. But if you choose to see aging as a new chapter, one filled with growth, perspective, and experience, your mind and body will respond accordingly. Scientific studies have shown that individuals who carry positive beliefs about aging actually live, on average, 7.5 years longer than those with a negative outlook. Why? Because your mindset influences everything from your immune response to your resilience in recovery. Constantly thinking, "I'm too old for that," or "It's all downhill from here," sends a message to your body that it's time to shut down. This mental messaging activates stress hormones like cortisol, which over time weakens your immune system and raises your risk of disease. But here's where it gets exciting. You can change your thought patterns at any age. It's all about becoming aware of those inner monologues and choosing new ones. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm too old to start exercising," replace it with, My body will benefit from movement, no matter when I start. If you hear that voice saying, there's no use learning something new, counter it by remembering that lifelong learning keeps your brain flexible and vibrant. Aging is not a curse. It's a gift. Each year you're alive is another chance to learn, love, explore, and evolve. Your mindset is your most powerful asset. Treat it with care and shape it intentionally. Another area that often goes overlooked is our tendency to avoid new challenges. Comfort in routine feels safe, but too much of it can actually hold you back. When you stop pushing yourself, mentally, physically, or emotionally, your brain begins to slow. Over time, this leads to decreased cognitive function, memory loss, and a sense of boredom or stagnation. Imagine your brain as a muscle. If it's not stretched or exercised, it weakens. When you no longer seek out challenges, stop problem solving, and resist stepping into the unknown, your mental sharpness begins to decline. But the brain is beautifully resilient. You can strengthen those pathways again. How? Keep your mind active by diving into books that challenge your thinking. Pick up a hobby that's brand new, whether it's painting, cooking, playing an instrument, or even learning a new language. Work on puzzles, play strategy games, or engage in thoughtful conversations that stretch your perspectives. Every time you challenge your brain, you're keeping it healthy and sharp. And remember, don't fear failure. Struggling with something new is not a sign of defeat. It's a signal that your brain is expanding. That feeling of discomfort is where growth lives. Keep leaning into it. The more you seek out new experiences, the more engaged, energized, and mentally strong you'll feel. Let's also take a moment to reflect on something many people assume fades with time: the importance of physical touch. Whether it's a hug, a handshake, or simply being close to someone, human contact remains essential at every point in life. Physical touch triggers the release of oxytocin, the hormone that helps you feel connected, calm, and loved. It reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and can even alleviate pain. The challenge is, as we age, many of us experience a steep decline in physical contact. We may live alone, lose a partner, or become less socially active. This decrease in touch can lead to deep feelings of loneliness and even depression. But this is something you can change. Make it a goal to increase physical closeness in your life. Hug your friends and loved ones more often. Hold hands when you can. If close relationships aren't nearby, time with a pet can offer similar emotional benefits. Even something as small as a warm pat on the back or sitting close to someone during a conversation can make a powerful difference. Don't underestimate the healing energy of human touch. It's not just comforting, it's necessary. Now, let's shift our attention to nutrition, an area many assume doesn't matter as much anymore. Some believe, I've eaten this way for decades, why change now? But here's the reality. Your body is constantly renewing itself. The food you eat today plays a direct role in how you feel tomorrow. And making smart choices can drastically improve your energy, mood, and longevity, regardless of your age. Poor eating habits can lead to inflammation, fatigue, brain fog, and chronic illness. Highly processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats rob your body of vitality. In contrast, whole, nutrient-rich foods can restore your energy, improve digestion, support mental clarity, and strengthen your immune system. The best part? You don't have to completely overhaul your eating habits overnight. Start with simple steps. Hydrate more. Drinking enough water helps everything from energy levels to focus. Add more whole foods to your meals. Think colorful vegetables, fresh fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins. Cut back slowly on added sugars and packaged snacks. They create inflammation and drain your energy reserves. Focus on getting enough protein and healthy fats, like those found in nuts, seeds, avocados, and fish. These support muscle maintenance and brain health, which are both crucial as you age. Every time you sit down to eat, you have the chance to nourish your body with intention. Don't fall into the trap of thinking it's too late. It never is. Aging is not about limitation. It's about living wisely and intentionally. When you step back and look at all the habits we've explored, it's clear they're not just minor tweaks. They are key lifestyle shifts that can dramatically improve the quality of your life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You don't have to settle for decline. You don't have to believe that it's too late to feel strong, happy, and fulfilled. You still have so much power in the way you live your days. The choices you make right now matter. You can reshape your future, one step, one thought, and one habit at a time. So ask yourself, which habit are you ready to let go of today? What new choice will you make to support the life you want to live? Your future self is waiting. Make it vibrant, make it full, and most importantly, make it yours.